You're missing the big idea table. You'll print out this paper, and in each case we're just sort of reviewing what we learned from the different sort of segments of this course that we've been doing. So in the first section we learned about collisions cause shape and motion changes, and we did that sort of through a set of things where we basically drop things on objects. And so one example of that was when we dropped the golf ball in the glass. Then we noticed that all objects bend, and we did that through a variety of things, but one of them was we watched some videos where we watched a baseball bat collide. We also watched a cement beam bend, and then we looked at all objects deform to a point, and we did this by pushing on a brick, or rather pushing on sticks and other objects that were suspended between two bricks. So we would write something like that down. And then we did something with scales where we pushed the scales together, and we noticed that when we push on objects and we push them together, we get forces that are applied in equal strength but in opposite directions. And we also talked about speed and mass increasing to lead to increases in kinetic energy. We did that through some of the cart experiments. We did a lot more with the cart experiments when we smashed them to crackers, and we looked at a bunch of simulations. So when we looked at doubling mass and speed. We also then did some work on looking at objects with different speeds and masses and how they require different amounts of force to get them moving. We noticed that when we pulled on objects or pushed on objects that had more mass, it required a little more force. And we also noticed that we can transfer some of the object or energy in and out of the object when we push on it or when we drag it across the surface, and we noticed that when we pulled shoes across different kinds of objects. And then we noticed friction and air resistance stopping objects when they moved. And so we did that by sliding boxes or pushing on them with air when they had sails on them. So this was just a quick little reminder of some of the things we've done in class, and we were supposed to sort of think about those and take notes. So feel free to use some of those if that's helpful.